Hi guys, Kim here. Welcome to Backyard Blooms. It's a gorgeous morning here in Charlotte, North Carolina. It's in the mid-60s and it's going to warm up into the mid-80s today. So I thought it'd be a beautiful day to take a ride to Creekside Nursery. She just had some gorgeous plants that just arrived that I'm very excited about. So I gave her a list to save some plants for me, and I asked her to save me a lilac tree, or it's a bush. And she is 7B and I am considered an 8, even though we're about 40 minutes away from each other. But I've never been able to get a hold of a lilac, and she says these lilacs do well here, so I'm going to give it a try. I heard they smell lovely and they have these gorgeous, beautiful, light lilac blooms. So I'm excited about that. And then she had another gorgeous plant that I've never been able to get my hands on called Coreopsis Beyond Pink, so I'm really excited about that plant. And then she's got a hydrangea called a puffer hydrangea. I don't know the true name. I'll find out when I see the plant tag. But anyways, it's a big panicle hydrangea bloom, and then on the very edge of it, it's got another little bloom, and that's why they call it puffer. So I'm excited about that, and that one's new to the market. And then I asked her to save me some gorgeous yellow violas. I had to prune my super petunias back in the very front, and I'm having a garden tour here on October 8th, so I need to fill that area in a little bit fuller until they flush back out with blooms. So I thought those bright yellow would be gorgeous against my dark gray siding. So I'm excited about my trip today, and I'll see you guys there.
It's okay, we do one-take wonders around here.
Hi guys, so I'm here with Jenny at Creekside. I'd already done my little spill of what kind of plants that I was going to get today, and she's already got my little pile for me, and I'll share that with you guys later. But I asked Jenny if she'd do a little clip with me because 3 years ago I found Jenny and I had $800 worth of Proven Winners plants on order from Home Depot because I could never find any Proven Winter plants, and I was going to ask Jenny to do a little clip with me and ask her if she remembered me when I came 3 years ago.
I do. So it was right before COVID hit, and Jerry called and he's like, I have this woman from Charlotte that wants Proven Winners, and I told her to come, and I was like, Jerry, we're closed. I did.
Did you say that?
I did. I was like, honey, we are closed. He was like, no, Jenny, you need to come meet her because she loves Proven Winners. And I was like, okay. So that was my first time meeting Kim, and she has been a great customer and friend since then. Yard is stunning and gorgeous. It is. And so the first time we went to her yard, I was like, fantastic. So I know that y'all are all enjoying watching Kim and all of her fun gardening journey, and yeah, gardening, because are you technically an 8?
Well, if I look my zone up, it says I'm 8, which is crazy because I'm just 40 minutes from you.
I know, so we're a zone 7B.
Yeah.
And so, but I really think we are an 8.
Really?
I do.
So if I look it up and put my zone, it's kind of crazy. It'll say 7B/8 to 8A. So we're on that line.
Yeah.
Like South Carolina, North Carolina line where it could be, I don't know.
Anyway, but yeah, so Kim definitely knows about gardening in the South and all the trials and tribulations. So I know y'all are enjoying her, and we sure enjoy her and appreciate you for everything.
Thank you. And I recommend Jenny for everything from unique stone to Proven Winter plants, because Laura from Garden Answer got me onto Proven Winners, but I found my friend here that has Proven Winners, so I'm blessed that I can drive 40 minutes from my house and have every single Proven Winter plant that I want. So now I'm already planning for next year. So I think I'm going to do yellows, which I know yellows are a very popular color in a lot of new varieties for next year.
It is.
But this year I have a very dark gray house. And I feel like I love the jazzberry and I loved the Newly Noir.
Yes.
But I felt like it was just a tad too dark for my house.
Yeah.
So
And so it would be interesting because I find that same thing. So if I can find something to contrast off of that to make those pop.
right.
But no, brighter I think is, and there's tons of new varieties in the yellow, like in that yellow family. So it'll be interesting. And not that I follow the color of the year, the Pantone color,
right.
but it'll be interesting to see next year if it's a shade of yellow.
Yeah.
I'm just curious.
Right.
Anyway.
And I loved that lemon zest. I told you in your video.
Yes.
Like I did. Oh, I have the citron right now.
Yes.
But
yes.
it has done great and it has grown like crazy. But it's a little bit wild, you know.
It
kinda,
is. It is.
In
And
my
that
garden.
lemon zest is very tight.
I saw that.
It's very tight and it is a bright yellow.
Yeah.
So we're going to use a lot of that.
Yeah.
And so it's really, and lantana this time of year is like stunning.
Right.
It is gorgeous. And so we're going to be using a lot next year.
Yeah.
You'll love the lemon zest.
Right.
Beautiful.
So me and Jenny kind of like the same colors.
We do. We have very similar styles.
So anyways, we have the same taste.
We do. All right, Kim.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Now
Jenny.
she's going to go shop.
Yeah.
I pulled plants for her, but I know Kim, and she's
Yeah.
going to find some more.
I will find more.
So y'all have fun shopping with her.
Bye. So this is Jenny's shrub lot right here. You can see she's got some beautiful grasses and Hearty Hibiscus. And this is some of that yin and yang that I have in my own garden here. I do love some variegated leaves. Look at these pretty leaves here. So I've been wanting to get my hands on one of these candy corn double play candy corn. So I'm going to get me one of these today as well. I always thought that this was a bloom, but it's not. Look, it's the foliage of this bloom is a different color, so that's really pretty and different. And look how teeny tiny these Sprinter boxwoods are compared to what mine are already just in a 3-year period. But love me, love me some Sprinter boxwoods. Of course, I have several of these Hydrangea standard form limelight trees as well. And you can tell here in the south we're already getting some of these spent blooms on them already. Look how pretty these boxwoods are compared to this candy corn. Just that contrast is beautiful. And in her video, she talked about this gardenia. She doesn't have very many left. So I just may have to get me one of these too. Only thing that I don't like, this is steady as she goes. It has a gorgeous texture to it. After they get wet, these blooms just kind of turn brown a little bit. But I may have to give me one of those also, since she's only got 3 left. If you're looking for some dark foliage, this is really pretty too. Let's see. This is Jazz Hands Bold, and in the springtime it gives this little hot pink little flower. It's really pretty. But if you need contrast and don't have any purple or red in your garden, this is a good option for you. So when you're looking at pairing plants, you want to look at texture and contrast. You see how she's displayed this very well because they contrast with each other really well. Look how pretty that is. Look at these hydrangeas over here. These are some of the new hydrangeas. This is that Fairy Tale Bride, which I think would be gorgeous as well, but I'm running out of real estate and I have a lot of hydrangeas already, and I'm buying one hydrangea today. But look at this gorgeous Gatsby gal. Look at this different texture here. I love that leaf there. I'd love to have that too. That's my problem. I think I could spend my whole paycheck, and my husband would probably agree, in plants. I'm that plant lady that can't resist. And this is Miss Molly. This is the one that's not doing so great in my garden right now. So I may have to replace that at some point. And look at these gorgeous azaleas right here. Look how pretty those are. Those are Blue-mathon pink double. That is so gorgeous. So I always come here and shop, but I never come over here and look at her little trowel garden. So look how gorgeous the Salvia is doing here. And there is pollinators all over this plant. Look how pretty that is. And look at this Gomphrena. Doing really well here for being mid-September. Just planted that in my pot up front in the aqua pot. And these are some of the roses that are from Proven Winners. More of a landscape rose. It's got a lot of Gomphrena. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. It would be gorgeous in a cottage garden. And she's got a couple obelisks in her garden. I think that adds interest as well. I get mine from Gardener's Supply. And look how big this coffee cup has gotten for her. I believe she said that this came back and this is the second year, even though it was an annual. Came back. Look at this gorgeous begonia. This bright red begonia against this purple foliage here. Love that. And you guys know me. Like, look how beautiful the flower looks when it's close up. So pretty. This yellow is doing really good too. This would be a gorgeous ground cover as well. And you can see the little bees all over this one too. Look how pretty that is. And these are the climbing hydrangeas. I think are going to be out next year. I haven't been able to get my hands on any of those yet. I do love this bright lime potato vine here. I've never put a potato vine in the ground yet, but oh, look at that. If you have a lot of space in the ground and you just want it to be covered up, that would be pretty. I'm assuming this is a butterfly bush, and I've always bought different colors other than white, but that's a really pretty color there too. I have a few purple, and that Miss Molly is a hot pink. And this begonia is looking lovely too. Look how tall it is. Like it's past my knees here. see this? This is the new Coleus. I'm thinking that I might try this Coleus next year. This is a new Coleus. I think I might try this Coleus next year. I like that it's a little bit more tidy, not as tall, but still tall enough. It's still past my knees. And if I'm trying to do yellows next year, look how pretty this would be with that yellow. And I think it would do great with that contrast of my house. Since my house is that dark gray, I think this would look awesome. So this might be my Coleus for the next year. I think this was like called watermelon. I'll have to ask Jenny why I'm here. Some more of these white begonias. And this was the plant that I was excited about. That was the Coreopsis Beyond Pink. And I'm gonna take me one home today. Like, it looks like it's tiered. Gotta love it. And then of course the bumblebees are all over this plant as well. Look at that. So I'm excited to plant this somewhere in my garden. Like I said, I'm running out of real estate, so I'm gonna have to find a place for it. And this is Salvia. By the way, you can still, depending on what zone you're in, don't pull your Salvia up, or if you don't want it in that spot, you can replant it somewhere else, because there's a good chance that the Salvia will come back next year. I'm loving this yellow as a ground cover. And I've never bought, I think this is the Blow My Mind, Blow My Mind something. I'll have to find the name, but I love this plant too. So both of these make a really good ground cover. Of course, he's got some kind of blue Rose of Sharon in there too. Violet Rose of Sharon, which I've not seen yet. That must be new on the market as well. Look how deep that color is. And of course, these super petunias, just not taking the heat very well. Still have a lot of color on top. You would never know until you looked up close. So in this garden, she has some phlox. Most people think of phlox as an early spring blooming, but it's not. So there's the phlox that's as a ground cover, and then there's certain phloxes that are tall like this too. And I have a few phlox that I got from like the root, and I love them as well. But love that color. More salvia. And look at this Hearty Hibiscus. Oh my goodness. Look how pretty this is. I'm all in her flower garden here. She's probably gonna get mad at me, but let me get my shadow out of the way. Look at this dark foliage of this Hearty Hibiscus with this gorgeous flower here. Look how pretty that is. Isn't that so pretty? So I might have to do this Hearty Hibiscus here for me in my garden since it's so different. The only thing that I've already talked about, when I planted that Newly Noir, that dark foliage just didn't look really good against my dark color of the house. So that's something that I had to keep in mind, even though I still love this plant. But you still want it to look good in your space. And there's another one over there. And this is another bed that she has. And this is a different type of potato vine here. And these are caladiums, but look how pretty these two plants are together. So last year I had got me some caladiums, but I didn't this year, and I do miss it, especially this time of year. So when I had to prune my jazzberries back, I wished I had some caladiums there to take its place. And this is a different color. The Hearty Hibiscus. A gorgeous bloom. And I just planted some coneflowers, but my coneflower doesn't look anything like this. Oh my word. Look how beautiful that is. I didn't even know a coneflower could get so big. Look how big that one flower is. It is gorgeous. So she's got a name on here. Let me see. The name of it is Double Coated Raspberry Beret. I might have to find me one. She's got some. Oh, beautiful. And this is that new Queen Tut that's going to come out next year. And I think I'm going to do Queen Tut next year instead of the Prince Tut. And she's talked about these Lilac Hibiscus too, and those are pretty. Now that would be pretty against my house, even though I like that dark foliage, but this one would be gorgeous as well near my house. So I don't think they come out till next year, so I might have to wait. We always want what we can't have. Why is that? It's crazy, huh? And there's that Blow My Mind. Yeah, here's the name of it. Blew My Mind. Blew My Mind, Violas. Need some of that next year too. Beautiful ground cover. These would be really pretty underneath those hydrangeas. Love that. And this is her little main shed area. So she's got some little goodies underneath here. And this is where you pay. All these plants up here are looking really pretty as well. Potato vine, Coleus. There's that new Coleus that's coming out next year. This is inside her greenhouse. And I was gonna ask her if she had some of those coneflowers, but here they are right here. I see the yellow ones, which I just planted the same yellow in my garden a couple weeks ago. Daylilies, and I have some daylilies on order that I need to share with you guys. You can buy these as like a bare root too to plant. And this is the new Sedum. It's just not blooming yet. There's Jerry over there. And these are those yellow violas that I'm gonna buy right here that I asked her to save for me, but she still has plenty. And that's that Miss America that she talked about that I'm gonna plant in the middle for my pots. These two colors look really good together too. This yellow with this tricolor right here, or bicolor, I guess it's a bicolor. So this kale, which almost looks like a cabbage, isn't that really pretty? Will also look gorgeous in pots too. So I might have to get me one of those. So all of these plants will look great as your thriller in some kind of pot. And of course this lemon coral sedum, I use this as ground cover all the time. And I have these planted in my hydrangeas. And they're considered an annual, but they do come back for our zone. Even in Jenny's zone, so 7B, 8 and above, they'll come back. Well, this is what my car looks like after coming back from Jenny. There's my lilac. She gave me a beautiful bouquet of sunflowers. I think I got it stuffed in every little corner in here. Got some lemon coral sedum since it is considered a perennial for us. Look at these gorgeous violas. I've got some proven winter soil, and there's some land and sea in there somewhere. On this side, we have some gorgeous mums. And some fall accent there. And there's the puffer. Oh, it's puffer fish. I couldn't remember what it was. Puffer fish hydrangea. All right, I'm back from Creekside. I'm at home now, and I enjoyed my little chat with Jenny. So I'm glad to share that with you guys, and I'm going to turn around and show you my plant haul. These are the gorgeous violas that I got. I think these are the gorgeous violas that I bought today from Jenny at Creekside, and I feel like this yellow is going to look great against this dark iron color of the siding of my house. I bought these at Home Depot. This is a proven winter's grass that I need to get in the ground as well. And then this is the hydrangea that I bought today, and it's called puffer fish. And there is the plant tag for that one. Puffer fish. So it's a panicle hydrangea, and it's really hard to see in these pictures right here. Let's see if I can flip it over. But at the very tip, they have like another little sprout that's on top of the panicle, and it's called puffer fish. So this is a new variety this year. And then behind this one is a Spirea right here. I love the foliage on this. So this has lots of interest throughout the season. So you can tell this is the fall interest that it's getting. These leaves are just turning a real pretty darker color. And this one is double play candy corn, Spirea. I'm excited about that. And look at the contrast against the darker foliage, against these sprinter boxwoods. Isn't that just really pretty? And even up against this grass, it's a gorgeous combination there. And they're just sitting here in pots. And this right here is the Beyond Pink. And I have a video while I was there of this plant in her trial garden. And this one's ready to be out of the pot. You can tell it's struggling a little bit, but I'm telling you, next year it's going to be absolutely gorgeous when it comes up from the ground with new growth. But Beyond Pink Bluebeard, I think she called it a Coreopsis before too. So, but beautiful plant, and the bees have already been all over this plant as well since I've just brought it home. Matter of fact, let me come around here. You can see how this bee right here is just going to town on these blooms. So this one's going to be a great pollinator as well. There's another bee over there. So we talked about that plant, and this one is the lilac. I'm really excited about it. I like how tall the growth is, tall and slender here. And this is what the blooms are going to look like on this in the spring. And this is a reblooming, so I'll get more than just spring action out of this one. But look how pretty that is. And they say it smells wonderful. Fragrant, reblooming lilac. This bumblebee just touched my hand just a second ago. So I'm excited about these plants right here. And this one right here is called a sugar shack. I have a real boggy, wet spot, and Jenny told me that this plant does really good for that. So this one's called Sugar Shack. It's a button bush. So in the springtime, it has these real pretty white looking flowers on it. It almost looks like it twinkles a little bit, huh? And then the blooms will turn this color. So that's exciting that you'll get kind of like a 2-in-1 plant from here versus that. So I'm excited about this one. And that's what the foliage looks like on this one right now. And then we have lemon coral sedum. This is a proven winners plant. Lemon coral. So this is really technically an annual, but a perennial for us since we're in zone 8. It's also a perennial for Jenny in 7B. So keep that in mind and don't throw these plants away. They'll come back next year. And then this is a geranium. Love the leaf on that. So it gives you some color interest, some different texture. It's really pretty. And this is a proven winners. It's a geranium called Bloom Chocolata. And it looks like they have real light purple lilac-y blooms on that as well. So I'm excited about this plant as a ground cover. 24 to 26 inches. And it's a perennial, so this will come back for me every year. So I think that's it. So in the front of the house, I have a couple of mums that I bought. And I'll share that with you guys too. So lemon coral, geranium, violas, button bush, Beyond Pink Coreopsis, lilac, and another hydrangea, and then the Spirea. I already had these grasses from before that I need to get in the ground, and some more of the violas. Here up front, I have some foliage here that I'm going to put in my pots, and this is called Miss America. It's a mustard. So I'm not gonna eat this, even though it looks really good to eat, but I'm gonna use this as my thriller in my pots. And it gets, don't really get very tall, 4 to 10 inches tall. So I bought 3 of those to put in my containers. And then I'm gonna put some violas in between these jazzberry super petunias, and hopefully they'll flush back out, and then I'll have those pansies as well. So I'm gonna pull all these plants up tomorrow and put that kale and pansies in these pots right here. And I may even put one of those grasses in there. I think that would be pretty up here for some fall interest. And then these are the ones that I got. So I'm doing a show on October 8th, a garden show, so I'm hoping that these will be still in bloom for that time. So that's it. For the video today. I hope you guys enjoyed coming along with me to visit Creekside and looking at my plant haul that I had for today. So in upcoming videos, we'll get these plants planted in the ground. I got my new auger today from Power Planter, so I'm excited with that. And I'll show you guys how to plant these plants with that new auger that I have. So if you have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe for some more blooms and more plant information. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Before we leave today, I wanted to share with you how gorgeous our grass is looking here in September. My husband just mowed the grass and it looks absolutely gorgeous. Just wanted to share with you guys. So pretty. I'm gonna come here in the back and show you how gorgeous the backyard looks as well. And if you need some lawn tips here in September, so it's about time to let this grass rest because it is a warm weather grass. So this is Bermuda, so the same for Bermuda, zoysia, that type of grass. It's about time to stop the fertilization of it because you want it to start not growing as much and go dormant. I still continue to put down the soil amendment, which would be the Hemachar or the Pro Carbon Pro G. So for that, I put down every single month. And in the newsletter that I got from the sod place, they said that it's time to start thinking about doing the pre-emergent. So I usually don't put that down until December, but in their newsletter, they said to go ahead and put it down now because you don't want these weeds to start popping up now.